Hey guys, it's Daniel. I just heard that Stephen Colbert interviewed Tulsi Gabbard. This is going to be exciting. She will finally get good question and answers. Colbert is always very fair and balanced, so let's check this out.
Do you think the Iraq War was worth it?
No.
Do you think that our do you think that our involvement in Syria has been worth it?
No.
So far, I'm really happy. He's asked a question. The audience seems to really like it and like her. So let's keep going. I'm sure we're going to get more of these fantastic questions.
I would agree, even from my limited knowledge of this, that American interventionism has unintended blowback.
Look at that. The audience still loves her, and Stephen Colbert is even ingratiating himself by saying he doesn't know a lot about this subject. It's good on him.
You got some heat for meeting with Bashar al-Assad. Do you not consider him a war criminal? Why did you meet with that man?
That's a weird question. It sounds, I can't remember where that's coming from, but I'm sure it'll come to me eventually. I mean, it's a pretty hard-hitting question. It's basically been debunked, and this has been in the news for, I don't know, 3 months now, but I'm sure that he's answered, I'm sure that he's asked very similar questions to the other candidates running for president that have come on his show.
When years ago you talked about Medicare for all, and now a lot of people are talking about Medicare for all. What proposals do you have right now that you think people are going to go, that's crazy, Bernie, but 5 years from now they'll go, we should have done that?
Stephen.
Well, you look, as I said, you look so happy on the cover. What makes you happy? Where does your hope come from? The Republicans are going to want to get his confirmation through before the midterm elections because there's a chance, there's a fairly good chance of the Democrats taking over the House of Representatives. There is a slim chance of them taking over the Senate. How do you feel about the Democrats' chances? And take off your Democrat hat for a second if you can. You also have another book.
Yeah, I do.
I thought maybe you weren't going to run for president because children can't vote. I don't know why you'd write a book for them.
Can't vote.
What is superheroes are everywhere. But what now do you do? Are you meeting with Brett Kavanaugh, or are you refusing to do so?
No, I hope to meet with him. I think that's a respectful thing to do.
What's the first question? But you got some heat for meeting with Bashar al-Assad.
So it looks like those questions don't come to anyone else. It's just, hey, look, Kamala has 2 books. Buy them with Cory Booker. It's, look at this election stuff that's happening. What are you going to do about it? With Bernie, it's, hey, everyone thought you were crazy 5 years ago. Now you're not. Let's keep going.
Do you not consider him a war criminal? Why did you meet with that man?
In the pursuit of peace and security. If we are not willing to meet with adversaries, potential adversaries, in the pursuit of peace and security, the only alternative is more war. That's why I took that meeting with Assad, in pursuit of peace and security.
Do you believe that he is a war criminal? Do you believe he gassed his own people or committed atrocities against his own people?
Yes, reports have shown that that's a fact.
So you believe the intelligence agencies?
Those chemical...
Because I'd heard that you did not.
No, that's not true.
Those reports.
That's not true.
Okay. I don't know whether America should be the policeman of the world. But
it is my opinion that we should not be.
If we are not, though, nature abhors a vacuum. And if we are not involved in international conflicts or trying to quell international conflicts, certainly the Russians and the Chinese will fill that vacuum.
Did you guys notice that? Let's rewind the tape and see if we can spot that double talk.
I don't know whether America should be the policeman of the world. I don't know whether America should be the policeman of the world. If we are not, though, nature abhors a vacuum. If we are not involved in international conflicts or trying to quell international conflicts, certainly the Russians and the Chinese will fill that vacuum. I don't know whether America should be the policeman of the world. If we are not, though, nature abhors a vacuum. If we are not involved in international conflicts or trying to quell international conflicts, certainly the Russians and the Chinese will fill that vacuum.
It certainly sounds like he knows the answer to the question he's asking while acting like he has no idea what the answer is going to be, when he's very clearly said that he thinks that an outcome is going to happen and it's going to be bad and we shouldn't do it because America's good, which negates his, I don't know, maybe we should do something, I don't know what the answer is. Remember, he's the one that said he didn't even know a lot about this, but he's very sure that he's right. Even though he doesn't know, even though he's sure he's right that she's wrong. Even though she's on all these committees that he doesn't know anything about, but he knows. Still can't bring back where this is all. It sounds so familiar.
In order to be a force for good, we must actually do good. The consequences of these regime change war policies has been horrible. It has been completely the opposite of that intention, of that good that the United States should be standing for. So I don't advocate for isolationism. That's not at all what I'm talking about. I'm talking about making sure that we have relationships with other countries that's based on cooperation, not conflict, and that we're thinking through and exercising foresight on the decisions that we're making and understanding what those consequences are.
You've gotten some fans in the Trump supporter world. David Duke, Steve Bannon, and Matt Gaetz. Is that his name? Matt Gaetz. What do you make of how much they like you?
Fuck you, Steven. You didn't even answer her question. She made a great retort after you attacked her, and then you went on to do again.
You should ask them. Look, I have denounced strongly, time and again, the white nationalist views of David Duke and the racist and bigoted views of people who are fomenting hatred and even violence. This is unacceptable and something that we should all stand up and condemn.
Last question, because we've got to go here. How many lessons will it take John and I to learn how to surf?
Well, have you been before?
I've never surfed.
Fuck you for that, Steven. Hey, Tulsi, you're a bag of shit. Hey, Tulsi, you're an even larger sack of shit. Hey, Tulsi, I'd like to go surfing. How do I do it? Fuck you. I think it just came to me. I know exactly where these questions are coming from.
So what would you say he is to the United States? If you cannot say that he's an adversary or an enemy, what is Assad to the U.S.? What is the word?
Is it important to talk about these things? That he uses chemical weapons on his own people?
Your comments sound to me very much like a line in the president's speech last night where he said, great powers do not fight endless wars. And I'm wondering whether, in your mind, on the left of the Democratic Party, on the right of the Republican Party, there is this shared feeling, basically, enough. Time to get it over with. Is that something where there's some alignment between you and the president?
You know, there are people who will watch this and have heard your previous comments and wonder what's going on here. Why you met with Assad?
I'm interested in the truth.
Why it looks like you were very cozy with Assad, and why you've sort of taken his side in this argument.
That is a line that comes from political opponents or people who are not interested in actually confronting the truth about U.S. foreign policy, what it should be, and the problems and the cost that has come to us because of this flawed and destructive policy.
Do you think that Assad is a good person?
He must have been watching Morning Joe. That explains everything. Okay, let's get real for a second. Colbert, you have a job. Ever since you got off Comedy Central, your job is to get guests in, ask them nice questions, maybe get a little into policy, and then move on to a commercial break to make money for someone else. You're towing the Morning Joe talking point. You were kind and offered books talking about books with Kamala, and oh, what about this justice with Corey, and hey, Bernie, you're doing fantastic. But you walked in to Tulsi negative. You walked in not wanting to hear her out. You walked in attacking her using the exact same talking points that we see elsewhere, and it's not ubiquitous. It's not like you do this with everyone. You gave softballs to everyone else, but with Tulsi, you smeared her. Guys, I'm really disappointed with Steven. I really like the guy. I think he brings a lot to TV, but not like this. This is cheap. This is below what I thought he was going to do. And instead of having a good conversation, it's, Tulsi, why don't you stop punching yourself in the face so I can punch you in the face and then blame you for the bruises? This is what we see anytime Tulsi's on TV. Hate that I still have to make videos. I was hoping to just watch that and think, great, she got on TV. But now I'm stuck here defending her, wasting my time because Stephen Colbert wasted our time because millions of people listen to him. And they're going to take his hints seriously over someone that they haven't heard of, like Tulsi. He's doing a great disservice to democracy by acting the way he is and being so inconsistent in his questions. I hope I don't have to do another video on Steven because I really like the guy, but fuck this shit. Guys, I'm out. Hey, did you like that video? Give us a sub. Hit the bell for notification. You know how YouTube is. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course, go to hardlensmedia.com. We'll see you next video.